Matt, take us back to last August and initially what the injury was. All right, you out for a month. You think you're going to be back on track, and then what was going through your mind when you re-aggravate it and the plan is no longer the plan, and it's to come back and go for a seventh year of college?
Yeah, it kind of was just taking it day by day, believing on faith, just kind of taking every day with a stride, taking the positives from everything. Every day it kind of just got better. As we kind of figure out what was going on, I kind of just needed to get that knee cleaned up, get ready to roll. So now I'm all better. Feels good, be able to attack each day. Yeah.
Right, Zach.
As a veteran in that room with so many new faces, what do you think that experience kind of allows you? How much, I don't know if I'd say further ahead, but where do you think that puts you this spring?
Yeah, it's just easier to talk to the guys in the room. Guys believe and believe in me and understand I've seen some ball in my day, so I'm able to talk them through a couple of situations where they may be a little unclear on that I've seen before and kind of understand. Yeah, yeah.
Back right, Brett.
Man, it's obviously not the first time you've gone through an injury where you've lost a majority of your season. Maybe it's not an experience you'd like to have, but when you look back to the first injury that you dealt with, how do you kind of take into that process the experience that you learned, and how do you maybe take that into this season coming off of an injury?
Yeah, it was huge to be able to look back at the prior injury and be able to, kind of just take the same thing, take the same process from that. Again, being where my feet are, approaching every day with a growth mindset of being able to find, something to get better at. Even though I can't do certain things, I can do other ways to get better. So, yeah, just kind of taking that and, applying it to now that I'm healthy again, finding something I can get better at every day again, whether it be the playbook, on the field, off the field, things like that.
All right, Zach.
Earlier this spring, Dan said that God doesn't make many people like Isaiah World, and the league just went through all of the new transfers and how impressive they are. What's your early impressions of them and kind of what they bring to the room?
Yeah, all of these guys are extremely blessed. All of these guys have done all of the work that has been needed to get to this point, to be able to play for Oregon, to be able to be in this position. So now it's just, keeping applying it, not really changing your process, kind of evolving it as you're in this program to, get to the next level, which is the goal.
You were going through the process this time last year of developing chemistry with guys who were already here. All right, what is that process for you where now you're coming off an injury, yes, but you're developing chemistry with largely a group of guys who were a year ago?
Yeah, yeah. Not much of a change. Kind of just getting to know the new guys, Isaiah World and all those guys, Alex Harkey. Being able to just get around those guys and build that trust again. And as you've been able to play during the spring ball so far, you definitely be able to see that on film. That trust being able to be built. You know what I'm saying? That this room is so connected, and it comes through that time that we spend with each other. Off the field. So.
Zach.
I know that your back is to him most of the time when you're on the field, but early impressions of Mekhi Hughes and kind of what he's shown this spring.
Yeah, I love my guy. He comes in every day, meets me in the hot tubs in the morning at 5 o'clock, and we kind of have a similar process of just preparation. We focus on again every day taking the good and being able to look at the film and being able to approach things. My guy, definitely, I enjoy watching this process every day.
James.
What is it like going up against Amari and Bear in practices here, and just what stands out about them, and how do they challenge you and make you better?
Some big guys, big, powerful, strong guys. Definitely be giving me a look for the guys that we're going to be going against this fall. Really excited to be able to get the looks that I'm able to get with Bear and Big Mike and those guys. It definitely puts me in a really great position to be able to train and get better every day. Put some good things on film, put some things we need to work on film too. So.
Back right, Brett.
Coach Lanning's always talked about, the offensive line need to be able to be versatile and fill in any specific role in the line where they can. With only a few spots open, how much this offseason or this spring have you been dabbling in maybe some different positions on the line? Maybe you haven't really dabbled in that much, and maybe how is that kind of helping your game overall on the line?
Yeah, I've been able to, dabble with a little bit of left tackle. Again, just opening your eyes to the whole offense, being able to see what you need to be calling when you're at, left tackle versus right guard. You know what I'm saying? Being on both sides, it helps you just be able to see the whole field. For me, I can be able to, maybe help a younger guy like Isaiah Ward or Zaire. You know what I'm saying? Those guys that are fresh to the system that need to help with maybe a call or maybe understand a scheme or something. So yeah, it's huge.
Back left, Matt.
Last year, along the offensive line, you guys had Dylan, who had seen a ton of different scenarios offensively at the quarterback position. This year, it's new. It's a new face. Whoever gets the job. How have those guys kind of commanded the offense and handled their business from a pre-snap perspective of getting everyone in line?
Yeah, all of these guys, in my opinion, are field generals. When they come up to the line, they're speaking with authority. Definitely feeling their confidence behind them. Dante, all those guys, every quarterback that comes up behind us, I'm definitely hearing the cadence, feeling confident in what they're able to do. So, yeah.
Far left, James.
I appreciate wanting to be where your feet are, Matt. But again, when the plan was a year ago for you to be thinking about a pre-draft process and top 30
Mhm.
visits and the like, when some of your former teammates are now doing that, how much have you paid attention to the combine? And because interior spots are so hit and miss, and who gets invited and who doesn't, comps. How much are you paying attention to those sorts of things and where you may stack up relative to that? Because getting invites from the interior spots is just really, really hit and miss.
Yeah. So for me, looking at honestly starting from last year, just watching the end of the season and watching these guys going into preparation, I just kind of wanted to take all the good things, like their habits, these things that are going to help them prepare for the next level. Kind of just asking them questions about, how are they breaking down film? How are they preparing for drills and things like that? So when my time comes, I'm prepared. Other than that, I really just need to be focusing on where my feet are. Like I need to focus on what I'm able to do to get better each day, so that when my time comes to be on film, I can be able to put good stuff on film. So yeah, that's what I'm at.